Приветствуем всех. Ну что ж, отдохнули. Внезапно выяснилось, что оказывается, когда доктор отдыхает, остальные могут заболеть. Пришлось бегать до больницы. Ну, в смысле, до больницы я бегал за покупками. Фосфор и яд. Не помню какой. Но попутно, когда начал общаться с торговцем, заметил, что он устал. Проверил больницу, там все уставшие, ну ладно, 7 человек уставших. Пришлось срочно делать им лекарства и раздавать. Правда, не знаю, дали ли мне за это опыт. Потому что опыт тут из диалоги в том числе немножко накидывают, поэтому не совсем понятно, что к чему.
Good evening, old chap.
I won't lie to you, Johnny.
Извини.
These are the documents you wanted me to look for. I think I've gathered all the available occult research about vampires.
Oh, thank you, Johnny. That'll help me separate the myths from the facts.
I'm not sure you can consider this material factual, but it's yours now. What do you intend to do with it?
First, I'm going to show them to Venus. It'll open her eyes and make her understand the importance of my mission.
You need some rest.
Ну да. Так, и где-то здесь спасенная девушка бродила. Правда, не помню. А, вот она. У нее головная боль, но мы вроде лекарства от головной боли также сделали.
Good evening, Miss Teasdale. How have you been since you returned home?
Dr. Reed. Oh, thank God you returned safely from these awful streets. I was so worried about my father that I left without thanking you properly.
Please don't mention it, miss.
Good. I found him, you know. My dad. Or what was left of him. I think my abductor intended to do the same thing to me.
Ну, не скажи, выглядел не так уж и ужасно. По сравнению с тем пареньком, который висел на колышке.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Never heard of him.
Really? He's very well known in London, throughout the country even.
He a big shot or something. Never interested in politics myself. All words and no action.
What do you do for a living, Miss Teasdale?
Before my kidnapping, I was a waitress in a pub. Now I'm unemployed.
Were you fired?
No. It's just that after my recent experience, I don't feel like I can go back to my normal life. I need to do something useful.
Так, может, ее устроим в больницу кемперскую? Там она уж действительно много чего полезного может сделать. Рук-то не хватает, учитывая, как они сильно устали.
Be very careful, Miss Teasdale. You were lucky to escape death once, but vampires lurk everywhere.
You killed my kidnapper by yourself, didn't you? No offense, Doctor, but you're just a doctor. I don't see why I couldn't do the same.
Но, учитывая, что мы, по-моему, при помощи щупалец из бездны добивали этого паренька, ну, видимо, она в это время была слишком слабой от голода или чем он там ее морил.
What do you intend to do?
Dad always told me, Louise, if you want something, don't stop until you have it. I did my research and I found it. Ichabod Throgmorton, professional vampire hunter. I'll be his apprentice.
А, ну это возможно. Он парень сам по себе не рисковый, и рисковать ее жизнью тоже не станет.
What can you tell me about this area?
I've never really liked this part of town. It was where my father wanted to live. I won't remain here much longer.
What exactly don't you like about it?
People here are contemptuous and elitist. My dad always said, Louise, always treat people like you want them to treat you.
Louise, what can you tell me about the vampire who captured you?
The little fucker claimed he'd fallen in love with me. That he wanted to spend eternity with me. Not a bad idea. At least that's the way it seemed at first.
Really? Did you consider accepting his proposal?
Well, immortality. Not a common wedding gift, is it? I think he just wanted to have his way with me. Can vampires even fuck, Doctor?
What? Well, I really can't answer that. Well, since they are creatures of blood, physically speaking, I suppose an erection is possible, but
Don't be embarrassed, Dr. Reed. I was just asking.
You seem to cherish your father a great deal.
Dad was the best. Kept an eye on me, but let me make my own mistakes. Louise used to say, mistakes are the best teacher. You would have liked him.
I'm sorry you didn't have the opportunity to say goodbye.
That's all right. He's buried in consecrated ground now. Nothing bad can happen to him.
Why did your father feel guilty? He seemed so eager to welcome you back, as though he'd done something wrong.
Last time we saw each other, we had a terrible argument. I left the house and ended up in a pub. That's where the vampire met me. Dead drunk.
I see.
We argued a lot, me and Dad. But he always came home. I'm sure that's why he went to find me. He knew something bad had happened.
Your father never gave up on you. In the end, he risked everything to save the daughter he loved.
Yeah, that was my dad. Tough bastard, just like me. Even if I'd broken his leg, he would have gone looking for me.
What do you mean?
That last argument we had, it was more of a fight, actually. He slapped me and I kicked him hard in the balls.
Louise, tell me what you really think about your father's sacrifice to save you.
I'm proud he went after me. I forgive him all his harsh words, all his bloody attitudes. I only wish I could tell him how much I loved him.
Yes. It can be traumatic, not having the chance to say goodbye to those we love.
Yes, Doctor. And there's no treatment for that type of pain, isn't that right? That may be the last thing my father taught me.
Do you need my medical attention, miss?
I don't need your help specifically. I can assure you there are many competent doctors around.
I have no doubt about it, but I'm offering you my help anyway.
All right then. But please leave me alone for now.
Goodbye, Miss Teasdale, and be careful. Until we meet again.
Я до сих пор не понял, зачем вот эти вот фразы обычно, ну в том числе вот выдачи лекарства, подставили под гипноз. Это настолько, ну ладно, не совсем глупо, некоторые все-таки сопротивляются пациенты, но в данном случае я сомневаюсь, что она бы так вот прям взяла и отказалась от помощи доктора, который ее спас. Тем более, что он наставил вежливо. Ладно. Надо в богатый район. Я так понял, все остальные ненайденные жители, они в богатом районе обитают. Правда, тогда один вопрос, почему все богачи не спят ночью? Здесь, если что, мы охотников уже раскидали. А, да, забыл рассказать, на что ушел опыт. И все. Ну, почти все имеющиеся очки крови. Кстати, сейчас немножко прикапало, можно было улучшить некоторые физические характеристики, но не в этот раз.
Good evening, sir. May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic in this part of town.
And who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard. And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
По-моему, это вообще немножко неуместный вариант. Хотя, может, исконно обладает влиянием, но прям так об этом кричать, наверное, не совсем разумно. Ну, в принципе, даже если нам не будет доверять, нам это не принципиально.
I'm here on my own, sir. I have no official appointment other than my desire to save lives.
Then we have the same objective, sir. The difference is, to catch my suspects, I use a magnifying glass and handcuffs instead of a microscope.
Why are you investigating at night?
Criminals rarely act in daylight, you know. But since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
Так, Фергал. Допустим, я примерно помню кто. А кто такой Джеффри Маккалум?
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office. Thank you, sir.
А, Маккалум, это глава Стражи Плимана, что ли?
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this. I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
Очень интересно.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor? Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
Думаю, это не местный вопрос сейчас будет. Если вдруг мы ему поможем, тогда, наверное, и сможем спросить.
Tell me all you know about that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wounds are always the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal, sometimes precise and swift.
How could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem. If my theory is correct, maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Сейчас не те ребята, которых мы читали.
What are you investigating exactly?
Well, my two missing persons cases have been solved. By you, it seems. Are you just that lucky? Or do you know something I don't?
I was lucky enough to find them both while conducting my investigation in this part of town.
Why do I still have the feeling that you're hiding something? What about the abductor? Was it the same person?
I don't think so. You had better interview Miss Teasdale and Mr. Kimura on that matter. All I did was to lead them safely home.
Странно, почему не доверяет. Доктор вроде честно сказал. Бродили по городу, беседовали со всеми, случайно наткнулись на похищенных.
Do you know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it, with just one phone call.
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Так, никаких расследований у нас не появилось. Возможно, сейчас придется спросить его напрямую, зачем он здесь. Но... О, дверь нараспашку. Мы можем что-то принести из магазина. Ну, точнее, я предполагаю, что это магазин.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
Это будет интересно, но сначала разузнаем.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Какая милая подсказка.
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Разумеется, поговорим. Но сначала...
Do you know Aloysius Dawson?
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods. Mr. Dawson may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
But isn't Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
О, подсказка. По-моему, это первый раз, когда нам дали подсказку за вопрос об Элоизии.
May I look at your goods, Miss Price?
It's always a pleasure to have you here, Dr. Reed. Take all the time you need.
Так. Ну, по крайней мере, можно знать, что здесь у меня бывает алюминий и заклепки. Но оружие мы уже усилили. Ну, по крайней мере, то, которое постоянно используем. Максимальный эффект. Так что, навряд ли это понадобится. Если только мы не найдем подарочное оружие, которое окажется лучше нашего.
Dr. Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Видимо, она просто не успела поздороваться. Ага. То есть просто так мы не пойдем. Я так понял, что вот неизвестная девушка, которую мы где-то здесь видели. А, она внизу. Так, можно ли где-то спуститься? Просто потому что это и есть ее дочь. Хотя, может, так и есть. Но нам все еще... А, даже так. Она опять рада нас видеть. Оу. Нет, все же не сюда. А, ты мы уже, кажется, отсюда пришли. Да, и уже сразу дверь открывать. Видите. Стражи меня немножко напугали сейчас. Ну, просто то, что они здесь присутствуют. А не то, что они там особо сильные. Если они нападают толпой... А, да. Я же не договорил, какие... черты усилил. Какой прочный. У вот это вот оцепенения, ну или свертывания, как они его здесь называют, добавилась особенность возвращать немножко крови. Точнее, крови она не тратит, так что мы фактически будем восполнять наши потери. Усилил сам рывок, чтобы, как бы сказать, если снова придется биться против толпы, то быстрее его немножко расшатывать. Правда, такая странность, что почему-то враги более низкого уровня, ну, в смысле, я уже привык, что когда мы более низкого уровня, нас легко уничтожают. Так вот, оказывается, враги, когда значительно более низкого уровня, чем мы, получают фиксированный урон, в те же, сейчас, кажется, 120 единиц от тени, они погибают иногда, даже если этот урон не должен был аннулировать всю полоску здоровья. Так, и опять, кажется, мы куда-то не туда пошли. С другой стороны, смотреть все равно надо. Так, щит я не усилил, потому что я им практически не пользуюсь. Это открывается. Угу, открывается. Копье немного усилил. Ну, чисто сильнее бьет. Лечение. забыл, как он там называется, артефаги, тоже не усиливали. И немножко вот, как говорится, щупальца из бездны получили усиление. Ну, конечно же, общие черты, там здоровье, выносливость. Правда, на выносливость я вроде как потратил больше, но выносливость все равно меньше, чем здоровье, если присмотреться к показателям. А, зачем я здесь бегаю? Мне же здесь так известно все. Просто после того, как выяснил, что пока доктор Дехат остальные могут заболеть, решил немножко избавиться от скалей, ибо они дают реагенты, чтобы потом на это не отвлекаться. То, что здесь охотник, конечно, это вообще неудобно. Не то слово. В смысле? Он даже не заметил, что его напарник огребает. Хотя, что тут сказать? Вот был случай, когда вот так вот шел охотник, рядом с ним скаль кричал, и они друг на друга вообще не реагировали. Так, давай, врубай. Фонарик свой. В принципе, вот оцепенение действует точно так же, как щит. Мы можем подойти к противнику и нанести несколько ударов безвозмездно. Кроме того, теперь оно еще нам и улучшает состояние здоровья, так сказать. В виде утоления жажды. Так. Оу. Я думал, тело найдем, а здесь убежище. Ну тоже хорошо, что нашли. Даже так. Оу. Едва ли, ну, кстати, я же забыл осмотреться после того, как подрался со всеми этими ребятами. Так, мы нашли троих. А, это просто такой еще один намек на этот же вход, сейчас к нему вышли. Опаньки. Это кто? Все равно, как до них добраться? Тех, которые вот внизу. Так, возможно, здесь можно спуститься. Что? У нас часто станет время, колокольный звон 20:00 будет известно наступление комендантского часа. После этого времени запрещается выходить на улицу до 5 часов утра. Так, ты еще комендантский час, маску, чтобы подтвердить. Властям, если заболеет, пользуется так. Ясно. Я думал, это детектив ходит. Ну, или инспектор. Оказывается, Однако...
Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are? Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who are you then, sir?
I am Agamemnon Baker. Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
Агамемнон. Почему-то мне это имя знакомо.
May I ask what you're doing outside at this hour of night?
I don't know. You should ask my brother instead. It was his idea in the first place.
You must have your own ideas.
From what I have managed to understand, I guess we're supposed to wait here. Waiting for someone to come.
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the important thing is that I really hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything, you see.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy. Or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
I still enjoy living in London, no matter how difficult it can be sometimes.
Then I am sincerely happy for you. True happiness in life seems to be the most difficult goal to reach these days.
Who are you waiting for exactly?
The more I think about it, the more I believe it's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event? An impulse? How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you. What kind of trap are you talking about?
Have you ever felt like life trapped you in a role that does not fit you? That you're not in your place? That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think I would remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you. My name is Pericles Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you anyway.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker. What are you doing out here in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why do you want to leave the city?
I'm not really sure.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before you took this decision?
Does it really matter anymore? Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
Интересная формулировка.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
As you like asking questions so much, would you allow me to ask you one first?
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times, but I have learned to appreciate London's complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Кажется, о нем говорят одно и то же. Ну, разными словами, разумеется. Но оба отсылают друг другу.
What can you tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Так, ну еще раз.
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Странно. Ладно.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Так. Прекрасно. У нас какие-то странные близнецы, каждый из которых утверждает, что другой уговаривает его ехать, а второй сопротивляется. Ну что ж, надеюсь, мы сейчас еще двоих найдем. Это нажимная плита.
What are the cards trying to tell us?
Прям стал забрать записку. Хотя бы сначала, наверное, поговорим.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything. They told me that you have not taken another life since your poor sister died.
Ну, допустим, карты. Хотя не стоит исключить фактор, что он мог просто наблюдать. Хотя бы через тех же агентов братства.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Some believe you to be a vampire. Who?
The guard of Priwen, who else? For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging. What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course. I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
К сожалению, не могу этого обещать, потому что зачастую все найденные записи читаются сами собой.
For how long have you been a primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time, sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new paths and new concepts.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So you see nothing in the stars for me? You're a poor fortune teller, then?
Oh, I can tell you many things, but they will only concern you, not the city. For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being, so powerful it needn't even reveal its strength.
А сейчас, если честно, обидно было. Я в том смысле, что ну, так называть избранным. Не, я понимаю, что у него антураж такой, но все равно как-то прозвучало немножко неприятно.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Хитрый индус.
Here is the money.
The alchemist. A wise and cunning mind who lives by lying to all but himself. He sells false promises and is proud of it.
Это не сон был. Странно.
Is there anything you could tell me about Aloysius Dawson?
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on several occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900. Then his thirst for dark knowledge grew. I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
О, даже так.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. Fool and the Empress. Again. What are the cards?
Преступное уничтожение знаний. Так, преступное уничтожение знаний. Но вампиры опасны, смертельно опасны, иногда они жестоки. Это факт, с которым я не буду спорить. Именно поэтому мы должны понять, кто они, и достичь с ними взаимопонимания. Вы помните, как в 1548 году один из нас наконец разыскал Иосифа Флавия в Испании и побеседовал с ним? Вы помните, как каждый из тщательно подобранных слов вампира восхищало нас? Как его речь назвали окно в прошлое, о котором у нас остались лишь обрывочные представления? Так вот, Иосифа Флавия больше нет. Несколько недель назад его убили охотники Ватикана. С ним исчезло сокровище знаний об истоках нашей цивилизации. Это, возможно, столь же чудовищное преступление, как и убийство невинного человека вампиром. Именно поэтому действия Стражи Привана столь же преступны, сколь и бессмысленны. Каждый раз, когда они выслеживают одного из древних вампиров Англии, они вместо того, чтобы обращаться с ним осторожно и уважительно, уничтожают то общее, что связывает нас с бессмертными. Они лишают нас возможностей. Великая охота – преступление, потому что охотники бездумно уничтожают слова и мысли. Утоляя жажду источных знаний, Ашел Толтри, глава братства Святого Павла. С этим не поспоришь. Не с тем, что он глава братства, а с тем, что да. Древние вампиры обладают воспоминаниями, которых порой не сыскать. Стоп. Интересно. Тут здесь какая-то особая комбинация? Надо потом осмотреть. Так. Мне все еще не ясно, как нам найти и добраться до той девушки. Но, наверное, придется это все-таки поискать уже несколько позже или самостоятельно. Потому что, по-моему, побеседовать практически со всеми, с кем только было возможно на данный момент. Проверяем. У нас Лэйс Донсон, который, кстати, столб Вест-Энда. А значит, мы не можем, как это нам предложила леди Эшби, его просто так уничтожить, дабы не столкнуться с негативными последствиями. И, по всей видимости, вот, я так подозреваю, такие дочь Кэролайн Прайс, которой мне пока что не ясно, как добраться. Что ж, ладно, пока тут присмотрюсь вокруг. Ну а на этом пока что все.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
И небольшая вставка. Внезапно, оказывается, она просто периодически сама заходит в магазин матери.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Даже, да теперь с оружием здесь едва ли не по улицам бегают толпами.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes, a very strange man, not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Уже вот теперь мы точно со всеми переговорили. Но почему-то со всех разговоров получили всего лишь одну подсказку. Видать, остальные мы возьмем уже в разговоре с Элоизем. Только мне интересно, что получили все подсказки. А нет. Мы же, я так понимаю, можем объять, кажется, это здесь так называется, только смертных. Значит, да, скорее всего, в разговоре с ним еще до обращения мы получим оставшиеся подсказки. Но, как я уже сказал, поскольку он столб, лишать его жизни будет чревато. Ну что ж, а на этом теперь действительно пока что все.